Hi, guys. Here are things to look out for when studying your competition. It's not for the reason that you might think. You need to understand who your competition actually is. Sometimes we can fall into the trap of thinking as business owners that sell a product or a service that the most visible company that does the same thing that we do is our competition. When in reality, unless we have the same budget as them, unless we have the same marketing department as them, they're probably not our competition because we may not have the capital or the resources to actually compete with them. I am not of the mind that any market is oversaturated if you are truly providing value to the people that you are trying to serve. I do believe, however, that when you are doing something and your heart is not in it, you're doing it for purposes that are not simply about there being a relationship between your community serving you and you serving your community. Essentially, what ends up happening is you might feel like I'm in a market that's oversaturated. Another thing is that it simply could just be you haven't put enough time in. There's no determined amount of time. You really just have to wait until it's your time. But it's your decision whether or not you want to keep going if you're not gaining any traction with your brand currently. You feel like it's never going to happen. That's just simply not true. It will happen eventually. The question is, you just can't see exactly when. Let's get back to the topics. Why are we analyzing our competitors? We're not analyzing our competitors to compete with them. We're analyzing our competitors so that we can get some free R&D. Literally, competitors are research and development on a platter, which means that you do not have to put in the time and the work in order to get that research and development. You are looking at people who are selling similar things to what you're already selling, seeing what works and what doesn't. You need to analyze their strengths and weaknesses. You can look at client reviews, of course. You can purchase the product and see for yourself. What are some things that I like about the products? What are some things that can be done better? If they are on social media, you can go ahead and you can look at the comments. You can look at the people that are interacting with their brand. You can actually study and see what things are coming up over and over again. And that can give you an idea as to what gaps may be in their brand development, product development, or even customer service. You want to identify their brand voice and how they position themselves to their audience. Another big mistake that I see brands doing a lot of the time is they want to copy someone in their field or their niche who is doing brand positioning or showing up as a person that is authentic to themselves, but is not authentic to you. What I'm essentially trying to say is maybe they are great at what they're doing. The way in which they're doing it might not be the best way for you to try and do it. The purpose is not for you to copy the style of another person's brand or voice. It is for your audience to feel connected to the way in which you present yourself. What are the benefits, however, of understanding your competitor's brand positioning? Because even though might not be able to copy the way in which they do things, you can get an understanding of why what they're doing works. What type of emotions are they eliciting from their customers when they do certain things, when they act in a certain way? Instead of trying to copy their exact behavior, look at the emotions they're getting and try to figure out how you can authentically get your audience to feel those same emotions.